Ladies and gentlemen, before we dive into the heart of tonight's reflection, let us pause for a moment and consider the world we inhabit. From the dawn of civilization to the modern skyscrapers that touch our skies, humanity has always been aware of one unyielding companion: time. Time is the silent witness to our joys and our sorrows, our victories and our failures. It is impartial, invisible, yet profoundly influential. It shapes the arc of our lives in ways we cannot always see. We live in a culture that measures life in numbers: seconds, minutes, hours, days. Calendars and clocks dominate our perception. Yet time is far more than a sequence of mechanical ticks. It is a river, a current, a force that carries us through experiences we sometimes cherish and sometimes wish we could pause. It is the rhythm behind the rise and fall of empires, the quiet heartbeat behind the laughter of children, and the gentle erosion of all that we hold dear. Tonight, I invite you to step outside the confines of schedules and deadlines, outside the urgency that so often governs our days. Let us together explore time not as a foe, but as a companion. Let us examine how it flows, how it transforms us, and how it offers opportunities for meaning, for presence, and for connection. Let us reflect on the invisible currents that have carried each of us here today, and the currents that will carry us forward long after this evening has ended. This is not merely an abstract meditation. It is a call to awareness, to recognize that while we cannot slow the river of time, we can learn to navigate it, to flow with it, and to find purpose in its motion. And as we embark on this journey tonight, I ask you to bring your full attention, your memories, your hopes, and even your fears. Because only by truly seeing time can we begin to understand the life it offers us. Tonight, I want to talk to you about something invisible, unstoppable, deeply personal, and completely universal: time. Not the time on your watch, not the time on your phone, but the flow of time. The current we are all swimming in, whether we realize it or not. Close your eyes for just a second. Think about your childhood. Think about a moment so vivid you can almost feel it again. Maybe it was your first bicycle ride. Maybe it was Thanksgiving at your grandmother's house. Maybe it was the first time you felt truly seen. Now open your eyes. That moment feels close, but it is gone. That is the flow of time. Time is the great equalizer. Time does not care who you are. It flows the same over the skyscrapers of New York City and the quiet fields of Kansas. It flows over billionaires and minimum wage workers. It flows over presidents and over newborns. It flowed when Abraham Lincoln stood at Gettysburg. It flowed when Martin Luther King Jr. stood on the steps of Lincoln Memorial and said, "I have a dream." It flows right now, over this room, over this moment, over us. And here is the truth. Time never pauses. Time never rewinds. Time never negotiates. But time does offer something extraordinary. It offers change. The river metaphor. Imagine time as a river. You did not choose the river. You did not choose where you entered it. You did not choose its speed, its curves, its rocks, but you can choose how you move within it. Some people fight the river. They resist change. They cling to what was. They try to swim backward. Others learn to float. They learn to adapt. They learn to move with intention. In America, we celebrate speed. We celebrate productivity. We celebrate hustle. But we rarely celebrate stillness. And yet, stillness is where we understand the river. Childhood, when time felt endless. Do you remember when summers felt eternal? When waiting for Christmas morning felt like an eternity? When one school year felt like a lifetime? As children, time expands. Psychologists tell us that novelty stretches our perception of time. Everything is new. Everything is discovery. The brain records more detail, so life feels longer. But then, adulthood arrives. Responsibilities pile up. Routines settle in. Days blur into weeks. Weeks blur into years. Suddenly someone says, "Can you believe it's already 2026? And you think, how did we get here? The flow of time did not accelerate. Our attention drifted. The illusion of later. One of the most dangerous words in the English language is later. I'll call my parents later. I'll start that dream later. I'll take care of my health later. I'll say I love you later. Later feels safe. But later is not promised. Time is not a storage unit where we keep postponed dreams. It is a current. If you do not step into your life now, the river carries you past the opportunity. And here is something powerful. The average American life expectancy is around 77 to 79 years. That sounds long. until you realize that 79 years equals about 4,108 weeks. And if you are 40 years old, more than half of those weeks are already behind you. That is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to awaken you. Regret, time shadow. When researchers ask people at the end of life what they regret most, the answers are rarely about money. They regret not spending enough time with loved ones, working too much, not pursuing meaning, staying silent when they should have spoken. Time exposes what truly matters. When the river runs low, we see the rocks clearly. But why wait until the end to gain that clarity? Why not live today with the wisdom of someone looking back? The American obsession with speed. America is a nation built on motion. From the railroads to the highways, from the assembly lines to Silicon Valley, from the Apollo missions to artificial intelligence. We admire acceleration. We admire disruption. We admire the next big thing. But in chasing the future, we often abandon the present. Think about how often we say, I just need to get through this week. I just need to get through this year. I just need to get to retirement. What if the getting through is actually the living? What if the flow of time is not an obstacle, but the experience itself? The power of presence. Time feels scarce when we are distracted. Time feels abundant when we are present. Have you ever noticed how a single meaningful conversation can feel richer than an entire rushed month? Presence stretches time. Presence deepens time. Presence dignifies time. When you sit with your child and truly listen, time slows. When you walk outside and notice the sky, time softens. When you forgive someone, time heals. We cannot control the flow, but we can deepen the moment. Seasons of life. Time moves in seasons. There is a season for building, a season for learning, a season for grieving, a season for celebrating. We often compare our timeline to others, but your season is not their season. Some bloom early, some bloom late, some bloom twice. The river does not move at the same speed everywhere. Comparison steals peace because it misunderstands time. Technology and the acceleration of time. We now measure our lives in notifications, email timestamps, social media updates, calendar reminders. The digital world compresses time. It demands immediacy. But human growth is not immediate. Trust takes time. Healing takes time. Mastery takes time. Even in the age of instant everything, the most meaningful transformations still follow natural rhythms. No app can rush wisdom, time, and identity. You are not the same person you were 10 years ago, and thank God for that. Time reshapes us. It humbles us. It refines us. It softens hard edges. Sometimes we resist who we used to be, but that person was necessary. The insecure teenager, the ambitious young adult, the exhausted parent, the uncertain professional. Each version of you was a step in the river. Without one, you would not reach the next. The courage to change. Midstream. Some people believe it's too late. Too late to change careers. Too late to fall in love again. Too late to go back to school. Too late to forgive. But the river does not end until it ends. There are people who started businesses in their 60s, people who found love after heartbreak, people who reinvented themselves after failure. The flow of time is not your enemy. It is your canvas. The anchor in the current. If time is a river, gratitude is an anchor. It holds us steady in appreciation. Gratitude does not slow time, but it deepens experience. Instead of saying, "Where did the years go?" we can say, "Look at what the years gave." Wrinkles are not just signs of aging. They are maps of laughter. They are evidence of survival. Scars are not just reminders of pain. They are proof of healing. The legacy question. One day, the flow of time will carry each of us beyond this world. That is not morbid. It is honest. The real question is not how long we live. The real question is, what did we do with the time given? Did we love boldly? Did we serve generously? Did we grow intentionally? Did we forgive freely? Your legacy is not built in a single dramatic moment. It is built in daily choices, small acts, repeated over time. Reclaiming the flow. So how do we live wisely in the flow of time? 1. Protect your attention. 2. Invest in relationships. 3. Choose meaning over noise. 4. Rest without guilt. 5. Start before you feel ready. You do not need more time. You need deeper time. A final reflection. Imagine your life as a book. Some chapters were joyful, some were painful, some were confusing, some were triumphant. You cannot rewrite earlier chapters, but you can choose how the next chapter begins. Time is flowing, even now. As I speak, seconds are passing. But instead of fearing that, embrace it. Because this moment is alive. You are alive. The flow of time is not stealing your life. It is delivering it, moment by moment. Do not sleepwalk through it. Do not postpone it. Do not underestimate it. As we prepare to leave this space tonight, I want us to take one last moment to look at the bigger picture. Time, as relentless and invisible as it is, has given us something extraordinary, life itself. Each heartbeat, each breath, each sunrise and sunset is a testament to the incredible gift of existence. In our pursuit of success, of happiness, of meaning, it is easy to forget the most fundamental truth. We are here, now, in this moment. We are alive, and that is nothing short of miraculous. Time will continue to flow whether we notice it or not, but our awareness of it, our ability to cherish, to act, to forgive, and to love is what transforms mere existence into a life well lived. So let us leave tonight with a renewed sense of reverence. Let us honor the minutes, the hours, and the days not as fleeting obstacles, but as opportunities to grow, to connect, and to leave a mark that endures beyond our own lifetimes. Let us embrace change, embrace stillness, and embrace the deep river of time that has brought us here together in this moment. Remember, it is not the length of life that defines us, but the depth with which we live it. Let us live fully. Let us love freely. Let us act intentionally. And when we look back one day, may we not lament what is past, but celebrate the extraordinary journey we were privileged to experience. Time flows, and in its flow, we find our humanity, our purpose, and our legacy. Thank you.